Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jake Nellett of Walled Lake Central Basketball. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's been a good start for you guys heading into the season. I know you dropped the first game to Pontiac Notre Dame Prep, but overall you've been able to get four straight wins on the season. Just what's been the big contributor to this start that you guys have had?
We only lost two seniors from last year, so it's the same starting five last year that it is this year. I start alongside four seniors, a really good point guard in Nick Hopkins, I think the best point guard in our conference, and then I think the best shooter in our conference in Vish Das, and then two big men that are willing to, do any work on the boards that they can. And so our starting five is great. We have a lot of chemistry, and we've been able to take care of business. That Pontiac game, I wish we could do it again. Their point guard, Wade Robinson, is very good, but we came out a little flat footed. Besides that, these last four games, we've really found our stride going into Mott tomorrow. So, yeah, I think that we've really just gelled as a group, and there's like a common feeling, in the locker room and in practice that this is our year. And especially the starting five, we all know everything about each other's game, and we're just really ready to go out each night and each practice challenge ourselves and just pounce on whoever we're playing against.
Yeah, any coach has to be excited about the entire starting five returning, and I know Coach Spolsky is, but what's the chemistry just like between the five of you?
It's great. I mean, I love it. Me and Vish especially, because I've been able to find him a lot this year. Nick is he can create his own shot. I don't really think there's many that can guard him just because of how fast he is. But me and Vish especially, I love just getting in the post. And it's like, even when I catch it, he just already knows that I'm throwing him one of these to the corner. He's got his hands ready. Justin and Nathan, they're ready. Those are two big men. They're ready for a dump down, and they've gotten a lot better over the summer at finishing around the hoop. And it's just a lot of fun because we've been playing against each other. I was on varsity my freshman year, and them four were also on varsity their sophomore year. And we've grown, we went through some really tough times. My first year got better the second year, and now year three, their last year for them, it's super fun. We just know where we're going to be on the court. Everyone's in the right spot. We're still going to face our challenges this year, but the chemistry, man, it's off the charts.
Yeah. So, that first, for you just coming in and being on varsity all 4 years, not many people can say that. Especially in what was that like for you? And of course, your freshman year was the COVID year.
Um, I don't. It wasn't the COVID. I didn't have to wear like a
Yeah,
mask. Was that? I
that
think
was
that
the
was the year
that, that
because
was
the season wasn't shortened or anything.
that was the COVID year.
Oh, it was because we still had a full
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, going into it, my freshman year, it was a wild ride. We had a super interesting team. We had about one freshman, and then six sophomores, and then we had seven seniors. So in the locker room, there was a huge divide. And then I ended up actually starting as a couple games went on. And a lot of the seniors, there's a lot of animosity. Like, what is this freshman doing starting? And that really messed with my confidence. I was all out of sorts on the court, but it was a great learning experience. It really taught me just the level of intensity that the seniors play with in the upperclassmen. And so it got to be like, when I was a freshman, I'd look up at these juniors and seniors and be like, okay, they really mean business. And so I kind of got that mentality early. And I'm just so happy. We had a terrible year that year. Our record was abysmal, but I learned so much. And even my sophomore year, I was still learning a lot. So I would totally do it again. I'm happy I never played JV because, even if I struggled, and I did, I had some tough times my freshman year. I'm so happy about it because I think it's really made me who I am today as a player, just because I'm used to the physicality, I'm used to the speed, and there was never any learning curve between JV and varsity.
Yeah. So, going into this year, taking all the experiences that you've had young, and you're still going to get probably some of them right now, but how like have you grown from then to now? What's the biggest thing that you think that you've grown in?
The biggest thing, I think, my freshman year, because my whole life I've just been a post player. I use my footwork, my craftiness. So freshman year going in, I was only a post player, but at 6'3", and I'm 6'4" now, but 6'3" then, 6'2" and a half, even, like, I had to play on the wing, and I was a super skinny kid back then. I think I put on about 15 pounds since then, maybe more. I'm 195 now. So I was like, man, I hate playing on the wing. I hate being a two. I've never done that before. And so especially this summer going into my junior year, I'm like, I got to shape up. I got to get in better shape. So I really hit the weight room, and my ball handling. I just have to be way more comfortable um, as a guard, as a shooting guard, which is really what I am. I have to be a shooting guard, small forward who can also play in the post, but I got to be able to rip through, hit a mid range, hit a couple threes to stretch them out, and also get in the post a little bit, which I've been able to do pretty well.
Okay, so let me ask you this, just like how do you like mentally get ready for a game?
Mentally, I always like showing up to the gym 2 hours early, and then me and Vishnu, my teammate, as I've said, we'll get in the gym and we'll just get our touch around the basket. A little 5-footers, step back, mid range, and then threes. Shoot a lot of free throws, and then I've got my music playing, and I'm just thinking about the film I've been watching from the days before. Just who do I have to guard? What does he like to do? And then what's their defense going to be when I drive? Are they going to have help? Am I going to have kickouts? Just I'm really locked into the game.
Yeah. Okay, what's on Jake's playlist?
Yeah, I got a bit of a wide variety of music. I don't listen to a ton of rap, but I got anything. I listen to Led Zeppelin. I also listen to Nirvana, and then I have a bit of Kanye West on my playlist.
Okay, okay. All right. So like, Friday is of course, the big game, with my last conference game before, for a while before the new year. What's it going to be like going to Waterford? This is probably, going to be every game is a big game, but this is going to be another big test for you guys to see, to really see what it could be like. Going to one of the toughest places to play in the state of Michigan in Waterford Mount. What's that game going to be like going there and, you know, this, what's it going to be like playing against them?
Yeah, they're a very tough opponent. They like to do that zone press, man press. You never really know what they're going to throw at you. You just know that they're going to play hard. And I feel really confident. These last 2 years we've played and we've been not very successful. But this year we've watched their film, we know their guys, and we just know we have to come out there and play smart. We can't, because once you start turning the ball over, once they get their steals, that place gets going. That's when it's really hard to beat them, when they have that energy. So if we don't give them that energy and we limit turnovers, we finish in transition, I think in defense also, they have some really good guards. So we're going to have to it's going to be a battle. It's going to be a dogfight. And Milford was able to beat them, which even makes it more interesting. So we're just going to have to lock up on our man. It's you versus your man on offense and defense.
Yeah. Um, yeah, let's get to know you a little bit, Jake. How about that?
All right.
Okay, favorite sure overall you know, favorite moment from last season.
Ooh, last season, I got to go with it was the district semifinals, and we were fortunate enough we beat our city rival Walled Lake Western, and I think from that game, first play of the game, I had Dylan Smith on me, who transferred to North Farmington, and I hit him with I faked right, and I hit him with the hook off the glass in the post, and I train with him to this day, and so I always like to give him crap for that, for hitting that shot on him.
Yeah,
And that was just a super fun game. We had a lot of students on both sides, and the energy was great. And it's just those are the games that you live for, that moment.
right. Favorite let's see, favorite movie.
Ooh, my favorite movie. That is a good question. My favorite. One. There's a movie called Whiplash. It's about like a drummer and like a jazz band, and it's on Netflix. It's really good. It's one of my favorites. Super intense. It's got J.K. Simmons in it, and he's like the conductor, and he's like yells at the drummer a lot. I
Yeah.
love it because I'm a big music guy, so I love it.
Okay. What's your go-to place for food?
Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A sandwich. It's a treat.
Yep. And finally, what's something people do not know about you, Jake?
I've been playing the piano my whole life.
Oh, nice.
Piano's a Yeah, I love playing the piano. I have two older brothers and they're also into music, so piano's been a big part of my life.
Yeah. All right. All right, Jake. Thank you so much for the time, as always. And best of luck against Waterford tomorrow.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.